Everyone, welcome to the podcast. This is Ansa Khan. I am a chartered accountant as well as a content creator on Instagram. I'm truly honored to have a very special guest with us today, one of the most esteemed council members of ICAP as well as a partner at KPMG, none other than Mr. Zeeshan Ijaz. Assalamualaikum, sir. How are you? We will not only explore his incredible journey of becoming a partner at KPMG, but we will also take a step back in time to learn how he was as a student, the key moments that shaped his career, and the lessons he learned along the way. So take your seats because this is going to be an interesting conversation. So I will take you back in time and ask you some questions regarding your journey. How were you like as a student? Were you always among the toppers or the backbenchers?
Ansab, if you talk about my school life, it was primarily I was a reasonably good student, and seriously speaking, I was not a backbencher
Backbencher.
in any case. Throughout till O levels, I have been on the top three. I would say top 4 or 5 or something like that. So it's perhaps, mashallah, CA में आने के बाद I came across the word failure.
Oh,
So वो reality check मुझे इस profession में आके मिला.
okay.
But I think वो भी somehow I believe that was something helped me in going back, doing my catharsis that where I'm lacking behind. So ultimately, by the grace of God, Allah का करम रहा कि it didn't took me too long to analyze that, and I got through.
So what's your advice for others जिनके exams fail हो जाते हैं? So what they should be doing?
Well, वही जो मैंने पहले कहा कि they should analyze that what is wrong. Generally, what happens is that students, when they fail, for example, or they struggle in a particular subject, they try to put a blame on the other side. That's more important. You should take the responsibility of your own self. There might be a very small thing wrong at your part, might be very small, but that small thing is something you can do. So my suggestion or the advice to the students would be reevaluate what is wrong. Go back to your teacher. Discuss those things.
Yeah.
Discuss those responses with them. And then you come up with the whole analysis and then go for that paper again. Because especially I understand sometimes one failure might be because of the shortage of time, might be some other issue. But if it is a repeating element, then we have a problem. And the student need to go back, step back, reevaluate, think about the strategy, think about the way he's attempting the paper, and then move on, basically. So my advice would be that he should think on those lines.
I agree. Sir, in your opinion, what is the key to pass exams?
Consistent.
All right.
Yeah, you need to be consistent. You need to first of all evaluate what type of a person you are. If you are the type of a student who should study throughout a year, then you should be doing that. If you are a type of a person who gets through by studying in the last month, that's fine. Exactly, because that works for you. So you need to go back, you need to assess what type of a personality you are. And rest assured, irrespective of what type of a personality you are, you need to be very much clear that CA is a profession, like other professions also, wherein there is no shortcut.
Yeah.
You need to study. You can't skip the syllabus, and or for example, sometimes you are attempting a paper and you, for example, attempts 70% of paper and expect that you will get through, because you might get through, but the probability would be less.
Less, yes.
So I believe you need to evaluate few things and think about in the lines that you must be getting through with a consistent approach, whatever suits you.
So, sir, who inspired you to choose CA? Was there any mentor or someone you looked up to?
Well, if you ask me, actually, that's something I would say it was more like accidental.
All right.
Didn't know much about CA.
Oh.
I was a typical student whose family wanted him to be a doctor.
Oh.
Okay, and somehow I couldn't get through because of couldn't make to the merit list.
Yeah, that makes
And
sense.
then one of my friend, actually, he came across the advertisement of basic accountancy course,
Okay.
and that was the induction test for the CA
Okay.
at that time. And he shared that with me and another friend. We three started preparing for that, and practically it was the credit goes to him that he introduced the idea. We gave the test and I got through
Did you face any failure throughout your life?
from the education.
Yes.
Because I'm in CA, obviously. I mean, that was the first time I came across this word. Not before that. I was, in this CA profession. I was referred and re-referred on one of the
Alright.
subjects, but in the end, I got through.
So how did you overcome that? the
Well,
failure?
actually, you know what? It was primarily the same thing. You need to be focused on those things. You need to understand what was the area you were lacking behind.
That's
Because
absolutely right, yes.
especially when it comes to papers and exams, you need to step back, and especially if it is more than one time. Because one time you may think about things that let's go for another time and another attempt, and you need to evaluate what is wrong with it. That is the basic mind frame you need to be clear on. Otherwise, you keep on thinking about things, and you are thinking that perhaps it was something fault at the examiner or the institute. That mind frame doesn't work. You need to evaluate how you attempted the paper, where you might have been wrong. So I believe that is the basic thing you need to evaluate.
That's very rightly said,
Yeah,
sir.
exactly.
Okay, sir, let's go back to the day you qualified. आप
Okay.
हमें बताएंगे कि आपके first 30 minutes, the clock was ticking and then the result came. आपने अपने first 30 minutes कैसे spend किए? सबसे पहले आपने किसको बताया and what were the feelings?
Well, the time we used to pass, I mean, the result used to come. उस वक्त actually envelope आया करते थे.
All right.
Okay. And हम envelope के weight से अंदाज़ा लगाते थे
That's very interesting.
without opening it,
Okay.
what could be the scenario. Because if a person is unfortunately not passed, ICAP used to send the challan form for the submission of the form. So
Oh.
that's a bit heavier actually.
Okay.
If a person is through, then it's one page actually. So you can imagine, I mean, we were all waiting. I was sitting in the office and a couple of my colleagues were also there. So that's the feeling you can't explain,
Yeah.
seriously speaking. I mean, this is something full of anxiety. Everybody is talking to everybody, but people are still trying to hide their emotions.
Yeah.
Exactly. And when you got the news that you are finally through, I remember I called my mother for that, and I mean, then we rushed to home. I met my mother, my father. So that's a beautiful feeling. I won't be able to narrate it in
Must
words.
be a very emotional moment for
that's
you.
correct. That's
And your
correct.
parents as well.
Definitely.
So did you always know that you wanted to become a partner or something along the way that inspired that goal?
Nobody can know what he's going to become in the future, but yes, the intent was there. My one of the teacher, the first thing he taught me was that you should be clear where do you want to see yourself in 5 years time. And perhaps that is the point which I kept in my mind throughout still now. Exactly. So right after the articles, I knew I wanted to have a career in tax, number one. Number two, as we move on, I was pretty much clear that I will be staying in the profession. And staying in the profession, ultimate objective or the extreme is becoming a partner. So that was pretty much clear. And by the grace of God, Allah ka karam raha ke I achieved that because of that support of my seniors, my teachers, the guidance of those colleagues and my seniors. So I achieved it far more earlier as compared to many of my colleagues. So this is something, the focus was pretty much clear, the guidance was there, hand-holding was there, and the intent was there. So yes, you can say the idea was there. I needed to chip in with full energy, made a team to be there. So I still recall first 4-5 years, I never used to go home even on Sundays. So that's something I still remember. I used to know each and every document of every client's file. So still, it's been 15 years to that thing, but more than 15 years. So I still recall
That's-
that sometimes if anything, any issue popped up related to that period, I still recall that there was a document in a particular client related to that issue. Go and find that file.
Wow.
So this is something. I mean, you have touched upon an area. I used to value that particular first 5 years.
That's very inspiring, I would say. How did you choose between firm and industry?
Again, I did that analysis throughout the articles. आपको आइडिया होता है कि आप what you are good at. मेरी अपनी assessment थी कि I might be staying in the firm. The reason being, I believe I'm the type of a person who likes challenges. Not that it's not in the industry, okay, but when you analyze things, you come across various issues in taxation, and specifically tax I chose. Because audit was there, but I knew I was not going to go for audit. So tax primarily because of the legal mind frame, interpretational issues, and something I believe I felt it's more challenging. So I opted for tax in the firm, and addition to that, I thought ultimately I wanted to be a partner in a firm. So effectively wanted to be more, you can say, on the entrepreneurial side. So for that, easiest way is either to start my own work, whether in the industry or in the firm. I thought at that time that it's better to try to excel in the firm
So
and
you
become
always-
a partner one day.
So you always wanted to become a partner?
Yeah, that's correct. Exactly.
Oh, that's amazing.
correct.
What is your best memory of articles?
Best memory of articles. First of all, एक तो मैं बता दूं, I think the beauty of our profession is articles.
Yeah, that's
ठीक
I
है.
agree.
Irrespective of the fact how much we hate our seniors during that time, how much we hate the whole time because of late sittings and all that pressure, but once you are through with that, it stays with you.
Yeah.
And you always value that thing, the relationships you develop during that period, and perhaps I would like to highlight that perhaps for in my case I won't tag anything to a particular instance, but the relationships, the friendships I developed during that period, it's still going on.
Oh, that's
And that's the
amazing.
beauty of
Yeah.
this whole thing. I still remember going out, especially when you talk about outstation clients. I mean, that's beauty. I mean,
Yeah.
I would like to mention one of my very, very, very dear friend. Allah se jannat nasib kare. He's not here, but Rashid Mehboob. He was he started articles right with me,
Oh.
and with a gap of one day. And like him, हम दोनों को ना पतंगबाजी का बहुत शौक
अच्छा.
था. So and I still recall he and myself, we used to sit by, उस वक्त KPMG का ऑफिस होता था सेंट जॉन्स पार्क में, और उसके साथ पटरी हुआ करती थी
अच्छा.
ट्रेन की,
ठीक.
ट्रेन स्टेशन था. एंड आई रिमेंबर हम लोग बसंत से पहले वहाँ चले जाते थे, तो वहाँ पे वो क्या कहते हैं उसको, डोर का ना वो जो लगाते थे, ठीक है, वो करते थे. तो वी यूज्ड टू सिट देयर और वहाँ पे चाय पिया करते थे.
अच्छा.
Exactly. I mean, it's really unfortunate. He's not around us anymore, but he was like a brother to me. So, I mean, a lot of memories.
So do you believe in work-life balance?
We think when we want to give credit to ourselves, we say we are trying to maintain the work-life balance. हालांकि ऐसे नहीं होता. ठीक है. होता क्या है? When you are working, you are traveling, you are working day in, day out. So your family, your friends, your colleagues get affected. They give you time, their space, and everything. So I believe it's their contribution, and मुझे लगता है कि मैं उनकी कंट्रीब्यूशन का क्रेडिट लेने के लिए अपने आप को कहता हूँ कि आई एम मेंटेनिंग द वर्क लाइफ बैलेंस. सो आई हैव स्लाइट डिफरेंट थॉट प्रोसेस हियर. इट्स द क्रेडिट गोज to those who are around you, and they somehow compromised in the relationship with you, giving you the space and everything. That's why you managed to grow. So work-life balance, you can say, but primarily it's because of the people who care for you, they chipped in. So that's my thought on that.
Sir, how do you manage your family along with your professional role?
It's up to you. As the role grows, you need to be pretty much disciplined, number one. But irrespective of that, there is no perfect solution to that. You need to chip in and think about how you need to tailor your lifestyle, how you need to tailor with the passage of your time with your family, with your friends. Ultimately, as I earlier said, it's all about somehow your family is contributing. They are compromising.
Yeah.
They are giving you
The space.
the time, the space wherein you can contribute in the career. So if you ask me, generally Sundays I try to spend time with the family, with the kids. When because of a lot of traveling, I'm generally moving around. So either you take your family with you, which is practically not possible. So alternatively, whenever you are there, you try to be there for them. And the weekends, you try, for example, you go for a movie with the kids, something, play something. So these are the things I believe you have to tailor as you grow.
So what made you want to become a council member? What was the thought process? What were you thinking? आपने कैसे choose किया कि आप council में आना
That's an
चाहते हैं?
interesting scenario. Before 21 elections, we were sitting and we were discussing about these elections and everything. And I believe have been one way or the other way. I've been linked with or involved with this, you can say, political activity. So knowing friends, people contesting elections. So have been part of that activity. So while we were sitting, few friends and colleagues, one of the statement came while I was saying something. One of the statement came was that बातें करना बहुत आसान है. Let's come and try to contribute. Let's be part of that. So it was a sort of a gossip at that time, but subsequently it becomes serious. And that's how it started.
So sir, what's your manifesto basically? Where do you want to take CA as a profession?
That's a very interesting question, actually. You know what? Generally, it's being considered that because my seniors or the previous council members, they might not be performing well, and most of the time you try to highlight the shortcomings. I'm always being highlighting one thing: our institute is at that level because everybody has contributed. I mean, you go back 20 years, you go back 30 years. I mean, even before that, everybody has chipped in. There might be a difference in the pace as per the timings. So, talking about that, we want to take this legacy forward, make this institute one of the most recognized, respected, not only in Pakistan, but globally. We need to get that connected with other institutes. When it comes to benchmarking of those things, we need to be having that qualification up to the level that my members who are qualified or even part qualified, they should be respected a lot in the local industry as well as international industry as true professionals. And as an institute, we should be providing them the opportunity to come up to that level. We should be there to upscale them for their capacity building and everything, so that they should be recognized as one of the true professional. And if they are going to be recognized as the true professionals, frankly speaking, they are the ambassadors of our institute. So ultimately, their reputation goes back to the institute's reputation.
Yeah.
So ultimately, if they grow, our institute grows.
Definitely. Inshallah, sir. So good to know
Inshallah.
that. So you are leading from both sides of the table. आप एक global firm भी run कर रहे हैं, as well as आप ICAP के council member भी हैं. So what do you think is more challenging? या आपको दोनों तरफ से क्या challenge ज़्यादा face होता है?
It's different. Both are different, actually. You would say one thing common between the two, or wherever you are, irrespective of whichever profession you are, it's the people management, people handling. So that's more important thing whichever profession you are, actually. So other than that, if you talk about running a firm, practically it's comparatively limited scope when it comes to, because you are handling client, you are working in a specific scope,
Yeah.
a limited scope. When it comes to council member, your responsibility goes multifold, because you are representing your institute, you are representing your membership. They are looking towards you for guidance, for any sort of assistance, and even for navigating the profession for their benefit, actually. So it's a lot more wider role, I would say. But as far as the responsibility is concerned, ultimately, whether it's a firm or an institute, you're representing an organization. So you need to be very much clear on that thing, that you are responsible for the reputation of those organizations.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Sir, now I'll be asking you some frequently asked questions, one of them being the degree. So basically members का सबसे बड़ा इशू ये है कि अभी जो वो फेस कर रहे हैं करेंटली, वो ये है कि उन्हें एक सर्टिफिकेट मिलता है, नॉट अ डिग्री. तो ग्लोबली वीज़ा प्रोसेसिंग में ये चीज़ उन्हें बहुत उनके लिए हर्डल पेश आ रही है. तो बट यू थिंक ICAP क्या कर रहा है इसके लिए?
दो चीज़ें देखें. एक तो दिस डिग्री और दिस क्वालिफिकेशन is the same qualification which is for other institutes, practically. So this is a professional qualification which is far above than a degree, a graduation degree. That it is a professional qualification. So you need to be very much clear on that thing. As far as degree issue is concerned, this is a very specific issue pertaining to, I would say, a particular jurisdiction. And if you go back, it's not specifically came across because of the institute. There was legislation in particular jurisdiction which somehow changed over the years. And because of that, this issue is being faced. And it's not you are the only institute you are facing. ICW is facing the same issue. Indian Institute is facing the same issue. So effectively, everybody is striving and working, trying to work with the relevant regulators in that jurisdiction to somehow manage that issue. So rest assured, your institute is up to the mark, realizing the problem, realizing the issue for the resolution of the same. As far as the graduation is concerned, you understand this is something related to degree. Used to come was the HEC equivalence certificate, which was a journal SRO, or the notification being issued by HEC. And the process was that based on that document, a document was issued by the institute, which is being circulated or used for the visa processing. What has been done now is that any member, a chartered accountant, can approach SEC online, and they are processing individually named equivalence certificate. So that's something being done, and I believe this is going to help our members in getting that visa resolution. And I have came across cases where this has been done, and this has been very much helpful.
I personally did not know that. Sir, AI का दौर है और naturally सब सोच रहे हैं कि हम CA Chartered Accountants replace हो सकते हैं AI से. So what is your take on that? और आपको क्या लगता है कि ऐसे कौन से skills develop करने चाहिए chartered accountants को ताकि ऐसी कोई चीज़ हो ही ना हो?
That's a very good question, and a very routine question, in the sense that this has been happening throughout, and that's a sort of reputation which is in the market and perception in the market. I believe we need to be very much clear. एक ज़माने में कैलकुलेटर आया था, ठीक है, फिर कंप्यूटर आया. उस वक्त भी हमें समझता था कि सब कुछ ख़त्म हो जाएगा, फ्राम प्रोफेशंस ख़त्म हो जाएंगे. This never happened. What happened was that we somehow upscale our operation and working style. We started using those technologies
For our benefit.
for our benefit, for delivering our tasks. So सिर्फ ये कह देना कि जी AI आ जाएगा, they are the tools to assist us. As far as replacing us are concerned, this will be only done when we stop using them. Because हर वो प्रोफेशनल, जिस मर्जी प्रोफेशन की आप बात करें, अगर वो टेक्नोलॉजी में अपने आप को अपस्केल नहीं करेगा तो अल्टीमेटली ही विल बी लेफ्ट असाइड. एंड दोज प्रोफेशनल्स हु नो दोज बेसिक थिंग्स, दे आर गोइंग टू टेक प्लेस. अल्टीमेटली पॉइंट इसमें जो इम्पोर्टेंट है, वी नीड टू बी श्योर दैट हम ख़त्म नहीं होंगे. ठीक है, हमें आगे जो ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस हैं, ये मैंने पहले भी शेयर की, मैंने कहीं पढ़ा था कि इफेक्टिवली व्हाट वुड बी द शेप ऑफ द ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस एंड देयर इंटरनल governance. There would be a team who would be very much specialist on the technology side. We call it techies. Okay. There would be another team who would be doing research, data analytics and everything. Their job is to tell the entrepreneur that what is happening and what they should do to be up to the market, what's happening in the world. And there would be another team, us, who would be using those technologies. One, the research, the other one, developing that technology and user of the technology. Our job is that we should be competent enough to be able to use that technology.
Yeah, agreed.
So users are going to be there. So it's not up to the situation that everything is going to be replaced. It is going to be transformed. And as far as we know that we are up for a change, we are up for compatibility, we are up for upscaling ourselves to particular new technology, we are good for that. Otherwise, we'll be redundant.
Yeah, that's true.
And that's true not for our profession. It's in every field for everybody.
So what do you think, जो भी new members हैं, उनको क्या चीज़ पोस्ट क्वालिफिकेशन परस्यू करनी चाहिए अपने करियर को इन्हांस करने के लिए?
करियर को इन्हांस करने के लिए देखें, 2-3 चीज़ें हो सकती हैं. एक तो फर्दर क्वालिफिकेशन या स्पेशलाइजेशन. बट आई बिलीव अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट द मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंट थिंग इज़ कि दे नीड टू बी working on their soft skills. ठीक है, we talk about Toastmasters or presentation skills and all that stuff. I mean, that's an area they should be working on. Additionally, I believe they should definitely be working on the technology part. They should be knowing what's happening in the world, and wherever they can have sort of some expertise, short courses or something like that. So I think they should be working on. So I believe technology or the soft skills, I would say.
Sir, आपने भी mention किया कि further qualification. So what do you recommend? क्या करना चाहिए? क्योंकि जिस तरह I have recently qualified और हम सबकी ये discussion हो रही होती है, should we pursue further qualification or not? तो ये I would really want to.
देखिए, आपने ये देखना है कि you have become a chartered accountant. Any qualification which is going to reinforce that thing, that is fine. ठीक है, और उसको आगे स्टेप में लेके जा सकें. I don't recommend doing any qualification which is equivalent to your existing or below that something, because you have achieved a certain milestone. Go beyond that. Go for some specific upscaling it. For example, again, I would say, get yourself into technology, get yourself in sustainability. So these are few areas you should be looking into, because that would add value to further what you are as of now.
Thank you so much for letting us know, sir.
No problem.
So, who is the boss at home? You or your wife?
It is recorded. You know the answer.
Yeah, I do know. Okay, sir. So CA or parenting, which is tougher?
Parenting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If your family had to rate your weekend dad performance, what score would you get out of it?
Oh, I think you should ask them. But if you ask me, I'm lagging behind.
Oh,
Yeah.
so are you going to improve that?
Yes, obviously.
If you weren't a CA, what would you be?
A lawyer.
A lawyer?
Yeah.
I thought a doctor.
No, no, that's fine, exactly. But after that, practically, I thought I'll be a lawyer.
Oh, all right.
Exactly.
One thing CA took away from you.
I don't think so. Anything.
There's nothing.
I
about
mean,
CA.
I have achieved a lot of things in CA, and CA and this institute has given me, I mean, what I am.
Biggest myth about chartered accountants.
Biggest myth about chartered accountants. Perhaps generally it's being rated they are a sort of very unsocial. They lack presentation skills and soft skills, I believe. But especially if you evaluate the accountants now, they are coming in, the new generation, Gen Z and onwards. I believe they are going to break that myth, and I know who are breaking that myth.
A habit you are proud of.
Whenever I think of something that this should be done, then it should be done.
Determination.
So you call it
Amazing.
determination, but this is something. I mean, it's something. I like competition.
Yeah.
I love to achieve something, whatever I have decided to achieve.
That's amazing. The first thing you do after a tough day at work.
Tough day at work. Take a deep breath. Exactly. Because I think you need to compose yourself. And if I'm in Lahore, I'm going back home, generally playing with my 9-year-old.
Best piece of advice you have ever received.
Different phases of life. I'm lucky enough that I've came across mentors and teachers who have been advising me a lot. So I won't say this advice was better than the other one. I have got hand holding throughout. So every phase of life, there are different suggestions and advices being given by my teachers, by my mentors. I rate all of them as the best.
So what's the one advice that you would give to us, CAs?
CAs, qualified CAs.
Yeah, no. I mean, CAs in general, koi bhi unqualified bhi beshak.
There's a difference between the two. When it comes to part qualified, I believe they need to be determined on that they can do that. And it's not, I would say, a typical myth about, again, which you previously highlighted, that it's a difficult profession and it's difficult to qualify. I believe that's not the case anymore. The younger qualified chartered accountants we are coming across like you. So that's for the part qualified ones. As far as the qualified chartered accountants are concerned, I believe they need to understand that, again, the profession they are into, it has a lot of value, and they have the power in their pen, which comes with a responsibility. So they are, whatever they do, it reflects on the institute. So whatever they are going to do, they need to be aware of that. Whenever there is a problem with a particular person or a member, ultimately institute's reputation is going to be affected. So I believe they need to be ethically on the right side.
Sir, general perception ये है female chartered accountants की कि वो further अपना career pursue नहीं करती. So what's your take on that?
Answer, yes and no. And this is not specific to your profession, CA profession. आप जिस मर्जी profession में चले जाएं, it's related to your culture. So females, whichever profession you are, a certain percentage, they don't take that profession further after a certain, you can say, phases of their life. So मेरा जहाँ तक ख्याल है, ये एक तो CA प्रोफेशन से टैग नहीं होना चाहिए, ये कल्चरल पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू है. आगे आप चलें तो थिंग्स आर चेंजिंग. What institute should be doing, I believe हमारे प्रोफेशन में जो मैंने नोट किया है, the biggest hitch comes in या किसी भी प्रोफेशन में is the mid career breaks. Generally female members, they think they are cut off from the market during that period. 4 or 5 years out of the profession, when they want to come in, they feel a sort of lagging behind. So I think coming to this era now, there are a lot of things being happening. I mean, virtual connectivity, virtual workshops and all that stuff. So I believe they need to get themselves engaged in those things to be up to the mark what's happening in that 4-5 years. Number one. Number two, it's the world which has changed post-COVID. So you have a concept of working from home. So even if a person is at taking a break or don't want to continue or keep a little bit of a work, keeping them in the profession, I think that's another area they should be working on. So ये 2-3 चीज़ें हैं जो हमारे प्रोफेशन में आई थिंक keeping them engaged, और लग रहा है कि अगर if that thing continues, I believe this sort of a percentage would be comparatively less in our profession as compared to other professions.
सर डोंट यू थिंक हम उनको इस तरह से भी फैसिलिटेट कर सकते हैं, वन जैसे कि आपने कहा कि वर्क फ्रॉम होम की फैसिलिटी है, दूसरी चीज़ जिस तरह से केयर सेंटर्स होते हैं उनके बेबीज़ के लिए, वो अपनी हेल्पर्स लेके आ सकती हैं वहाँ पे. सो डोंट यू थिंक ये इनिशिएटिव लेना चाहिए ताकि उस ब्रेक को ये इस तरह से भी मैनेज कर सकें?
हमारे देखें ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस में जहाँ पे भी हम चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट्स काम करते हैं, वहाँ पे कुछ ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस में तो ये है, एंड द ट्रेंड इज इंक्रीजिंग इन एनी केस, सो दैट्स गोइंग टू फैसिलिटेट इन एनी केस, but and that is going to help them obviously.
So do you think हम भी आगे in future ये करेंगे?
Yes.
Right. So now let's wrap up the conversation. Thank you so much for your time, sir. It was a really insightful, inspiring conversation. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Ansa, having